Good morning. Happy Palm Sunday, boys and girls. Today you're going to have two gospel stories. The first one is the story of Palm Sunday, and then the second one is the Passion that starts at Holy Thursday at the Last Supper and goes through Good Friday when Jesus was crucified. So we'll hear that whole story, and that'll be a separate video from this, but you'll have both of them on video this morning. Right now, we're going to read first the Palm Sunday story. Now, if we were at Mass, we would have this at the very beginning before the priest even gets to this by the altar. And some churches, and depending on the weather too, sometimes they'll have a procession where all the people meet outside and hold their palms, and the priest or deacon will read this gospel, and then everybody will go in the church together. Sometimes the priest will choose to do that inside, and so everybody will already be in the pews holding their palms, and then the priest or deacon will read this and then have just the regular procession up to the altar. And so this is what we would read tomorrow at Mass, before the Mass. And this year, the Palm Sunday readings are from the Gospel of Matthew. As Jesus and his disciples approached Jerusalem, they came to Bethphage at the Mount of Olives. There, Jesus sent two of the disciples on ahead with these instructions. Go to the village ahead of you, and at once you will find a donkey tied up with her colt beside her. Untie them and bring them to me. And if anyone says anything, tell him the master needs them, and then he will let them go at once. This happened in order to make come true what the prophet had said. And usually, boys and girls, when they say the prophet, they're talking about Isaiah. There were lots of prophets in the Old Testament, lots of books, but the one that is the most well-known and has the most stories that are actually about Jesus that we can relate are from Isaiah. And the prophet said, tell the city of Zion, look, your king is coming to you. He is humble and rides on a donkey, and on a colt, the foal of a donkey. So the disciples went and did what Jesus had told them to do. They brought the donkey and the colt, threw their cloaks over them, and Jesus got on. A large crowd of people spread their cloaks on the road, while the others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The crowds walking in front of Jesus and those walking behind began to shout, praise to David's son. God bless him who comes in the name of the Lord. Praise be to God. When Jesus entered Jerusalem, the whole city was thrown into an uproar. Who is he? The people asked. This is the prophet Jesus from Nazareth in Galilee, the crowds answered. And so that's the beginning of Palm Sunday. If we were at Mass, that's what we would hear first. And I'm going to stop this video and then I'll record the next one. That's the gospel that we're going to read at gospel time that we would hear at the regular time for the gospel during Mass. So I'll be back on in just a minute with that gospel story for you.